shit. You took him down.
But I basically like if I can harvest the leg, then I'm gonna reset. Okay? Come back in, get back, and then I reset. We're just kind of moving around so you guys are practicing your underhooks. Nice. And just getting your entry and then resetting. You guys hit the blood flow. It's like slow rolling, but we're doing it when we stand up, trying to work our different takedown options. Arm drags are always good. Getting into an arm fight, arm battle and stuff like that. But if you start using your legs as like extensions of your arms and start thinking about trying to hook and trip, you can get a nice setup that'll land you in a good takedown. So it's the same arm drag, right? I'm trying to pull to get that leg forward, and then at the same time, my rear foot's gonna step, and I can just kind of collapse. You know, the problem is that I get set into my probably half guard is where we're gonna end up, and that's good because that's where class is gonna go today. And then we land in a good half guard position, okay? Again, I'll show you guys kind of slow and speed it up. So I'm trying to get this leg forward, that's what I want. And it starts off with an arm drag, right? So as I pull him forward, it keeps him from wanting to step back. And at the same time, my foot comes in here, and I'm essentially collapsing down the problem. And I want to let him absorb most of that weight. Try not to land with your knee on the pavement first. That'll hurt. So make your opponent bear most of that weight when you fall, okay? So here, it's a step, boom, here, and then make sure head's nice and low, and then I instantly want to get the underhook, right? Because if I don't have the underhook, he's going to come up and take my back. So I did all that work for nothing. Okay, time. Move it around, boom. Instantly have the underhook, get my cross face, get settled, and we're going to start today's class from right here. And I want you just to work that takedown nice and slow. Most important point is bring that foot forward, and then the foot that's on the inside, steps, hooks,
Cool.
and then get set. Okay? Maybe about 6 times each. 1, 2, 3. Him down. He shouldn't just keep his legs open and just let me pass. Like he needs to, if I get an effective takedown, go and come back up again. We're gonna start from the beginning. So if I do this really good takedown and I fall, he should be locking up his half guard right away, because he should not allow me both from him taking away from my training value, but also him taking away from his own habits or repetitions of never let somebody pass your guard just because they get the takedown. He should be locking up some kind of guard right away, because otherwise I'm going to keep passing through, and now I'm going to get the takedown, and then I'm going to get my side control position or mount. So most of the time with this takedown, this is where you end up with some kind of a leg entanglement in what's called a half guard, meaning that he's got one of my legs wrapped up, so I can't pass very effectively, okay? So we got the takedown, but I want to advance to a more dominant position. So I'm going to start with good shoulder pressure, right? I want to take his mind off of my leg passing and thinking more about the discomfort of me driving in, right? Making it uncomfortable on his face with my cross face. Now as I do this, go ahead and lock up your half guard. Now as I do this, I just want to clear my knee. Once I clear my knee, I'm almost out of half guard position. So it could come in the habit of just pushing and it pops the knee out. It could be walking my foot up as close to his butt as I can, and then that will pop the knee out, okay? Now from here, he's gonna hang on really tight, and it's really frustrating for me to clear this foot. So this is where I'm gonna start working on my pass. I've cleared the knee. Most likely if I'm driving in here, he's gonna start pushing on my face, which is what I want. By him pushing on my face, it's easy for me to pass this off. Now we're kind of working towards the head and arm, right? And I'm gonna pass on this side. So I'm going to, the leg that's out here, my support leg, is gonna come up. It's gonna pass all the way through to the other side, and I'm gonna keep this head and arm, and I can start working on my head and arm tack from here. Let's start just from half guard again. And you are allowed to do
An arm triangle?
Arm triangles again.
Okay.
And we took them away from you for a while because he was getting really good at them. That's all he was using. So you can use them again for this class. All right, so I've gotten the takedown. Good half guard. Put my pressure up top. Make him think about anything but the leg. Clear the knee. As I'm applying pressure, he pushes back, and I'm just pushing it off under the elbow, and then I'm pinching that down so he's not able to retract his arm back, and I have a good cup on the shoulder. My support leg is gonna come up, and that's the one that's gonna pass through. Now watch as I come over, I'm using my foot to pin that side of the ground, which makes it real easy for me to get my pass, okay? Now with the head and arm choke, essentially it's called like 10 fingers. So I'm doing this grip here, and I'm trying to drive his shoulder into his carotid here, okay? And that's what gets the choke. So get nice and low, try to drive it in until I get the pass. You're not always gonna get it, and we're gonna work on some different options, see if you can't quite secure that head and arm. But I want you guys to work on this pass first from half arm. Cool? 1, 2, 3. Depending on body types, whether or not you have a carotid artery at all, you may not find success with the head and arm, but you're in really good position. You pass the guard essentially. There are some other angles of attack there, so we don't want to give that up if we're not getting it. We want to be patient, but at some point, if it's not working, we can start working towards another option, right? So I set this up, I start my pass, I get here, and I'm just not getting the choke. So another option is that this hand, the support hand, is going to come up and it's going to slide across the neck here, kind of like a rear naked choke, and then I squeeze. So the hand, the support hand that's normally here, is going to wedge itself in between the neck or underneath the chin, and essentially you can make like a fist, and then I just apply my pressure down and you'll get a nice choke out of it. It's kind of like some of you guys have learned the Ezekiel choke, where you take your cuff of your gi. You're doing the same thing. This is a no-gi version of an Ezekiel choke. So it's essentially bringing us across the neck, making a fist, and then I settle my weight down, and you'll get a nice little choke out of it. So we'll go through it again from the beginning.
And one thing I noticed is when he lifts his head to create room for his hand, my natural response is to push down on that shoulder, which gives him the opening.
When my head lifts up. Yep. Good. All right, so I've got the takedown. I'm working my position. I clear the knee, pressure, pass it off. Nice and low with my hips. I start working on this choke, but I'm just not feeling it. So my head drops back. I slide this in, and then I can settle back down again. You get the choke.
Tucking that bottom hand in your elbow there?
Yes.
Elbow pit? Yeah.
Yep. And then you can try the ridge hand. I find more success with sliding it through with the ridge hand and then turning it into a fist and then settling my weight again. Sometimes it'll feel like the fist is right across the throat, the trachea. Sometimes it'll slide a little bit further and come across to the carotid, and then you just settle back down again and you get a nice little choke out of it. It's really uncomfortable too. But good point Nate brought up. Pull your head back to create the space, because I'm tight right here. This is really hard for me to get my hand in here. So I slide back for a second. Now I can settle back down again and finish my choke. Okay? So let's try that. Start from the beginning with the half guard. Do your pass, get some more reps. Try the head and arm, and then let's segue into that Ezekiel. All right, 1, 2, 3. So we get to this head and arm position, and I try the head and arm, and I try the Ezekiel, and it doesn't work. A lot of times what I'll do is I'll give them just enough space to where they feel like they can't turn into me, right? Because my body's blocking him. So his only real option is for him to run away. So sometimes I'll loosen up just enough to get that, because I want him to run away from me. Now watch what my right foot did. As he started to run away, I windshield wipered. So I put this leg up to set up underneath so I can go right into my back attack. The only thing I'm gonna do different is now I'm gonna get the underhook on this side. So I switch from the head and arm to here. So my seatbelt here. Now I can fall right back into my back attack. You guys can start working from last week. What were we working on?
Straight jacket.
Straight jacket,
jacket.
right? And we can start working on our attacks from here. So it kind of it segued into what we worked on all last week.
Haha.
That wasn't planned, actually, it just worked out that way. But it's still pretty cool. All right, so I'm in my head and arm. It's not working for me. I'm trying my Ezekiel, just not getting it. So I kind of come up, give him just enough space, and as he starts to run away, this foot comes in. This is important because when he falls back, I want to make sure that this is primed and ready to get my hook in, okay? But I need to get my seatbelt on the other side. So I'm coming here. Now I'm literally just pulling him back onto this leg. This will fall right in. Okay? If I don't have that windshield, it goes to shit. It'll look like this. You come up, right? And I lose that position. So I want to make sure that that leg sucks up right away. Like it's ready to go. I'm just literally going to pull him back on top of me. The only thing I have to do is switch my grip here. So try that head and arm. Give them a little bit of space to run away. As they do, bring that windshield wiper in, switch your grip, hold them back onto you, get both of your hooks in, take them out. Make sense? Good shot. 1, 2, 3. Out 5. So quick review. We did the takedown. The leg trip into the takedown, you're going to end up in half guard, right? You set up your pass, good head pressure, pass, slide into head and arm. Work that head and arm. It's not going to come right away. It might take a little bit. If you absolutely can't get it, then you can transition to Ezekiel. You work from there. Still can't get it, you can either push them up on their side or give them some space, let them run away. Chase with that windshield wiper with your leg, pull them back onto your leg, take it back, and then you guys can start working your straight jacket attacks from last week. Nice little sequence. Cool? Let's work it, everybody. Let's bring it in. Gosh, this hour class was
It went super fast.
Black Wolf on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Black Wolf!